In this video today, I am bringing you my top 4 players that you should be buying before they skyrocket going into the 2023 Dynasty season. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for this video. It really helps us in what we do here. Also, comment down below which player you are buying in any of your leagues and that you believe could be taking a big step going into 2023. Before we get into it, I do have one honorable mention, and this guy was originally on my list as I was thinking about this video, and that's DJ Moore. Obviously, DJ Moore was traded from the Carolina Panthers to the Chicago Bears in that big, overall trade for the 101. DJ Moore was a guy that I was really excited for coming into this year. I am still very excited for going into this year. And the only reason why he's more of an honorable mention and not somebody that's on this list is because I'm a bit hesitant. I think I might get burned in the comments because the initial reaction of the fantasy community when he did get traded, I don't think was the best. I personally, when he got traded to the Bears, I was excited. I was excited to see what he was going to be doing with Justin Fields and how he was going to take a next step. I mean, let's remember last year going into the 2022 season, he was as high as a wide receiver 12 at one point coming in. And now he is wide receiver 22. I'm not saying I believe he should be back at the wide receiver 12 position, like in the Dynasty startup, but I don't understand how the fantasy community was seeing him as a wide receiver 12 with Baker Mayfield. I see him more as a wide receiver 15 to 19 with Justin Fields, which I feel really confident in. I do believe Justin Fields can make someone fantasy relevant in that way. I know we haven't seen it, in the past, but this is his first time really having true weapons around him. And I think we also need to realize that DJ Moore is going to come in and help Justin Fields tremendously. And I do believe they're going to continue to invest in this offense and in this wide receiver room moving forward. But right now he is a wide receiver 22. So if you do need somebody for a decent price, I don't think he is a buy low candidate anymore. But I do believe DJ Moore, in my opinion, is a great guy to go out and maybe shop and see what you can get for him. Once again, not going to be a guy that you're going to be getting for second round picks. Before the trade, I was going to stretch it out and say maybe you can get him for a second round pick with all the question marks in Carolina and if they're going to be in contention of even moving up at some point for a quarterback. But obviously they trade away DJ Moore and they're going to go get their quarterback. So that's my honorable mention, DJ Moore. If you can get him still on the low somehow, and there's somebody out there that doesn't believe in Justin Fields, see what you can get for him. My first wide receiver that you should be buying now before they skyrocket is Elijah Moore. Currently the wide receiver 48 according to Keep Trade Cut. And look, the only reason why I believe he is a buy low right now and that he could be skyrocketing is because of the rumors that we've been hearing. Right, all the rumors saying that Aaron Rodgers could be going to the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers is going to be transitioning, right? And if that is true, and if that is going to happen, Aaron Rodgers has produced in a fantasy relevant wide receiver, and we've seen that with the Jordy Nelsons, we've seen that with the Randall Cobbs, the Romeo Dubs, the Christian Watsons, right? We've seen it throughout his history in that wide receiver room, no matter where he's at. And I think no matter where he goes, he's going to continue that, especially at the New York Jets, if these rumors are true. Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and the team is going to grow and be really good if Aaron Rodgers does move. Look, the reports right now, and this is 2 hours ago, right? Maybe I'm reading a little bit wrong. Some says 2 hours, some says 11 hours. The Green Bay Packers and New York Jets have agreed to terms for Aaron Rodgers per multiple source. And they have agreed to terms. Now Aaron Rodgers needs to accept it. That's the next step. So we all know Aaron Rodgers, he's probably going to take his time. He's going to think about it. He's going to talk to his close friends like he always says. Maybe he announces it on his Tuesday show on Pat McAfee. I think that's the thought process I am seeing Aaron Rodgers go, whether he is going to stay with the Green Bay Packers or go to the New York Jets. So it just really depends on how you see that. But more on Elijah Moore. And I've even said this on Twitter. I've been talking on Twitter and been saying, hey, if all these rumors are true, you should be buying Elijah Moore right now, right? Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers, Elijah Moore. We've seen the history of all these wide receivers that Aaron Rodgers has produced in a fantasy relevant world, right? The Jordy Nelsons, the Randall Cobbs, the Romeo Dubs, obviously Devontae Adams, Christian Watson now. So if he does go to the Jets, it's going to be Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and I do believe he can produce two top at least 25 wide receivers, and this will be the first time Elijah Moore will have a really, really good stretch. Let me remind you that Elijah Moore didn't have the best relationship with the last offensive coordinator for the Jets. And I'm pretty sure I said this on multiple live streams, but they had a fight and he got benched and he wanted to get traded. But now new offensive coordinator is there, Nathaniel Hackett. He knows how to spread the ball around, and I think we're going to be seeing that at the New York Jets, because I do believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be going there. So if you do need a wide receiver, I think the 207 right now to the 210, excuse me, is a really, really fair price for Elijah Moore. Once again, a guy that I really love, only 23 years old, was drafted in the second pick in the second round. Really good draft capital for these Jets. So if you can, go get Elijah Moore right now. All right, my second buy low wide receiver before they do take off, in my opinion, is going to be Jakobi Meyers, a guy that I'm really excited for, and I believe that he could be moving on to a new team. He is a free agent right now, and he could be getting picked up by somebody. And the way I see Jakobi Meyers is that he is a good slot wide receiver. He's a good guy that's going to be playing in the slot, and then he's going to be contributing in the middle of the field, which we saw for the New England Patriots. I don't believe the Patriots re-sign him. If they do, I will be a little bit surprised, but I see Jakobi Meyers really testing the free agency market. Maybe he does go to the Panthers because they do need a wide receiver help. Maybe he does go to the Minnesota Vikings because they released Adam Thielen. Maybe he does go to the New York Giants because they need wide receiver help if they can't get it in free agency, right? So only 26 years old. We kind of seen him really take on a good target share. This past year, he took on 96 targets with the New England Patriots. And the year before, in 2021, 126 targets. So he knows how to handle a workload. He knows how to play in the middle of the field. He knows how to contribute for this team. And I do believe if you do need somebody, a low end, I would say a mid to low wide receiver 2, or a very, very good flex option that could potentially take the next step to be a solidified wide receiver 2, depending on the team that he does get, picked up by. Jakobi Meyers is a really, really good asset. Once again, only 26 years old. He is good. He's currently wide receiver 40. Currently wide receiver 44 right now, according to Keep Trade Cut. The value there should not be too much. I would say he's going for around a mid to late second. So if the wide receiver does drop in your rookies draft, and you believe there's Jakobi Meyers is better than some of the talent guys that are coming in to the 2023 NFL draft, then why not try and trade that pick for Jakobi Meyers that could. Not saying he's going to be getting this Christian Kirk type deal, but maybe there's a team out there that does see him like that Christian Kirk way. I think Christian Kirk is a little bit more talented, and he has proven himself now after this past year. But I won't be surprised if he gets a 4-year deal or 3-year deal with a really good team, and they're probably paying him a little bit too much, and we're all saying, what the heck is happening? Because he hasn't done anything. Kind of the same way we reacted to Christian Kirk when he got that signing for the Jags. So once again, keep Jakobi Meyers in mind and see what you can get for him. My next buy low wide receiver before they take off is Darnell Mooney. And I know I'm going with another bear here. I did have DJ Moore as an honorable mention, but I do really like Darnell Mooney and the way he is going to be going forward now with a true alpha wide receiver on his team. And before I kind of get into Darnell Mooney, I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say, what about Chase Claypool? What about Chase Claypool? What's going to happen with him? Maybe he's a good buy low. I would say he could be a good buy low in your eyes. He's not for us. He's not for me specifically. I think Zach and I kind of spoke about it in that live stream that we did with when DJ Moore, did get traded to the Bears. Look, Chase Claypool is talented, but I don't believe he's going to be taking the steps necessary for the Bears, at least in the fantasy perspective, right? He will be somebody that's going to help and contribute, but he's not somebody that we want to invest in too much in the fantasy world, right? And if he does do well, then it's okay. I was wrong. I'll raise my hand and say that I was wrong, and maybe we should invest in Chase Claypool. But right now, Darnell Mooney is the guy that I really like. And let me tell you why. DJ Moore out wide, Chase Claypool out wide. Now Darnell Mooney has the opportunity to stay in the slot. I love slot wide receivers. I love those guys that can play in the middle of the field and be the safety blanket for some of these quarterbacks. And that's exactly what Darnell Mooney now is going to be coming into this season. Only 25 years old. If I'm not mistaken, he has one more year left on his contract. He's currently the wide receiver 50. This is super cheap. You can get Darnell Mooney. I'm pretty sure his value is going to drop, I would say, a little bit more, or maybe rise maybe 1 or 2 spots based off the DJ Moore trade. Look, another thing is, how do you feel about Justin Fields? Can he really make 2 wide receivers fantasy relevant? I would say maybe not right now, but in the future. And I think Darnell Mooney is part of that. He can stay with this team on a team-friendly deal, in my opinion. Look, let's remember, Darnell Mooney was a top 24 wide receiver in 2021 with Justin Fields, and I know that quarterback carousel there a little bit, and he was going back and forth and whatever was happening, but he was there. He was the top 24 wide receiver, had 140 targets that past year in 2021, and then this year in 2022, or last year in 2022 now, only 61 targets, but he did miss 6 games. So now DJ Moore is back, or is here. Darnell Mooney is going to be in the slot with Cole Kmet, Chase Claypool, Justin Fields as a quarterback / running back, with another running back that we expect the Bears to draft or get in free agency. I think this team is going to be deadly. I think the offensive line is going to improve, and I think Darnell Mooney is going to be at least a top 30, top 25 wide receiver, I would say really confidently coming into 2023. So once again, if you can get Darnell Mooney for the low, why not? I mean, what's going to hurt? Once again, wide receiver 50, I would say that's probably a really late second to an early third right now for Darnell Mooney. Go get him if you are a Justin Fields believer. Go get him if you believe Darnell Mooney is very talented and can contribute in at least the flex option for your team. And my last wide receiver I believe you should go get before they skyrocket, and it is a bit of a homer. That is Wan'Dale Robinson, a guy that I really like, a guy that I believe is going to be contributing for this New York Giants team. But a lot of people are kind of skeptical based off that ACL injury. He did tear his ACL in the middle of the season in week 11 against the Lions. I would say, I think that was mid-October, early to mid-October, if I'm not mistaken. But Wan'Dale Robinson did struggle with some injuries, with a knee injury really early on in the season in week 1, and then he missed a couple games, then came back and kind of got eased in, as we saw with Brian Daboll and a lot of his players coming into the season. So week 11, he goes off though, 9 receptions, 13 targets, over 100 yards. He was going off. That was his breakout game, and unfortunately, he does tear his ACL there. Look, Wan'Dale Robinson, I keep saying this, if you've been on our live streams, if you know who I am, I've been saying if Brian Daboll and Joe Shane are investing in a wide receiver as early in the second round, and that's Wan'Dale Robinson, there's a plan for him, right? And this team needs wide receiver help, and we've been saying that for a very long time, and we're going to be seeing that in the NFL draft. Does a Quentin Johnson come in and affect a Wan'Dale Robinson? Yes. Does a Jackson Smith-Njigba come in and affect a Wan'Dale Robinson? A Jordan Addison? Absolutely, all those guys do. But what's really special about Wan'Dale Robinson is that he is going to be a slot receiver and only a slot receiver. One thing Joe Shane said, that he does like his wide receivers to move around and have the ability to play anywhere on the field. But Wan'Dale Robinson's specialty is in the slot and being a field stretcher at times when they want to go down the field. So if you are out there looking at Wan'Dale Robinson and he's currently the wide receiver 49 and you're saying, okay, maybe I should take a flyer on him. And if they do get a Quentin, at least they have a slot wide receiver that they're going to still invest in, because this is a young team. This is the team that they just signed Daniel Jones to a long contract. They franchise tag Saquon Barkley, and Wan'Dale Robinson has to be a part of that offense. Wan'Dale Robinson has to contribute in some way, and I think that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here for the New York Giants, right? Think of what Cole Beasley was for Josh Allen. Completely different talents, both Wan'Dale, Daniel Jones, and Josh Allen and Cole Beasley, but that's the thought process. I think that's exactly where Joe Shane and Brian Daboll want to have Wan'Dale Robinson be like, right? He wants to be that solidified guy in the middle, a guy that they can rely on, and then go get your wide receiver one, your Stephon Diggs, for the New York Giants, whether that's Quentin, whether that is JSN, whatever the case may be. I think Wan'Dale Robinson is a fantastic buy low right now. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he has that ACL tear. That's okay. He's going to come back strong, in my personal opinion. We've seen a lot of wide receivers come back strong. We saw with Chris Godwin. We saw with multiple wide receivers. I mean, Cooper Kupp, obviously completely different talents, completely different body size and shapes. But Wan'Dale Robinson, I do believe, is going to come back and just play that slot role very, very good. So, guys, once again, Elijah Moore, Jacoby Myers, Darnell Mooney, Wan'Dale Robinson are all guys I believe you should be going out and buying for on the low right now before they skyrocket. Every single wide receiver is in a different situation. Every single wide receiver has a completely different pathway. And I do believe all these guys somehow in some way, at least in next year or the next 2 years, could see themselves in a top 25 finish in a dynasty or wide receiver perspective. So as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, social love. Let me know which one you like, which one you didn't like, which one you wish you heard on this list. But as always, it's all love.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.